Okay, hi everyone. So today we will be looking at how to solve example number 2. So the question is telling us air at 27 degrees Celsius and 1 atm flows at a speed of 2 meters per second over a flat plate which is heated over its entire length to a temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. Calculate the heat flux for A, the first 20 centimeter of the plate, and B, the first 40 centimeter of the plate. So if you were to draw the plate, so let's say this is your flat plate, okay, and then air is flowing on top of it. The wall temperature TW is equal to 60 degrees Celsius, and the air temperature, the T infinite, is equal to 27 degrees Celsius. With the velocity U is equal to 2 meters per second. So the question is asking you to find the heat flux. So first step is to calculate the value of T film. Okay. So the equation for T film is TF is equal to T infinite plus T wall over 2. So we can get the value of T film. Now T film is important because we want to find all the other properties of our system. But in this question, the question has already given you the properties at T film. So the kinematic viscosity is given as 17.36 10 to the power of -6 meters squared over second. The value of K, thermal conductivity, is given as 0.02749 watt per meter Kelvin. The value of Cp is given as 1.006 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, and then the value of dynamic viscosity is given as 1.85 10 to the power of -5 kg per meter second. So these are all the values given to you. Now this is the first step. The second step is calculate our Reynolds number to determine whether the flow is in laminar or turbulent. So the equation for Reynolds number, Re is equal to rho ud over mu. Rho is your density, u is the velocity, d is known as the characteristic length, and mu is your dynamic viscosity. Now if you look at the information we have so far here, we don't have the value of rho, but we know that there is a relationship between dynamic viscosity, kinematic viscosity, and the value of density. So we can convert the equation for Reynolds number. Reynolds number is equal to ud over kinematic viscosity. Okay, so let us see how we solve this equation. So first of all, for the value of A, x is equal to 20 cm or also equal to 0.2 meter. So first step is done. Second step, calculate the value of Reynolds number. Re is equal to ud over kinematic viscosity. So substitute all the values. U is 2 meter per second, D is 0.2 meter, and then your kinematic viscosity is 17.36 10 to the power of -6 meters squared second. So you cancel out the unit, meter with 1 meter, and then another meter with another meter, second with second. So you'll get a value of 23,041.5. So we know that this number is laminar flow. Okay, that is our second step. The third step is to calculate our value of PR. So we know the equation for PR. PR is equal to Cp mu over K. So we have all the values of Cp, mu and K, so we can just solve to get the value of PR. So Cp is 1.006 kilojoule kg per Kelvin times your value of mu 1.85 10 to the power of -5 kg meter per second, and then the value of K is 0.02749 watt per meter Kelvin. Okay, so please pay attention here. So if you do unit cancellation, kg will cancel out with kg, and then meter will cancel out with meter, Kelvin will cancel out with Kelvin. The only thing left is kilojoule, second and watt. So we already know that joule per second is equal to watt. But remember, you have here kilojoule. So instead of writing 1.006, you can also write like this. You can change the value, set 1.006 10 to the power of 3. Okay, so you are converting the kilo into this 10 to the power of 3, and then you know kilojoule per second, you can cancel out with watt. So again, there should not be any unit for PR. PR and Reynolds number are dimensionless number. So solving this, you get a value of PR is equal to 0.7. So again, if you look at our flowchart, we know that Reynolds number is laminar, PR number is less than 100. So this is the equation for Nusselt number that we will use. Nu is equal to 0.664 PR times power of third times Re to the power of half. So this is the equation for Nusselt number. So let us see. So substitute all the values, you get the value of Nu is equal to 0.664, 0.7 to the power of third times the value of Reynolds number was 23041.5 to the power of half. So you get a value of Nusselt number is equal to 89.32. So again, Nusselt number is also a dimensionless number. So how do you know? This does not have any unit. Our PR does not have any unit. Our Reynolds number does not have any unit. So there is no unit here. So by right, it should not be any unit here. So after you have gotten your Nusselt number, we know that H, our heat transfer coefficient or convective heat transfer coefficient, is equal to Nu times K over T. So we have calculated the value of Nusselt number, we know the value of K, and we know the value of our characteristic length. So we can get the value of H is equal to 89.32. The value of K is 0.02749 watt per meter Kelvin divided by 0.2 meter. This is the value of our characteristic length, and then we'll get a value of 12.3 watt per meter squared Kelvin. So this is the value of H. Now the question was asking us calculate the value of heat flux, right? So we know that equation for heat flux, Q over A is equal to H T wall minus T utility. This is our Newton's law of cooling. So substitute all the values, you'll get an answer of 405.1 watt per meter squared. So this is the final answer. So the same thing you have to do for x equal to 0.4. So instead of having x equal to 20 cm, we'll have x equal to 0.4 meter or 40 cm. So the same thing, you'll get your RE is equal to the value of 46,083. Your PR will be the same. Okay, PR is going to be 0.7 because PR is CPK over mu, so there's no changes. The only reason you have a change in Reynolds number because this value of D, instead of 0.2 you have 0.4. So that's why you have a different value on Reynolds number. And then, so still lamina, still below 100, so you're going to use the same equation for Nusselt number as in A, and then you'll get a value of NU is equal to 125.35. Okay, and then substitute into the equation for H and you get a value of 8.61 watt per meter squared Kelvin. And then to find the value of Q over A, you use the same equation just now, and then you'll get a value of 284.13 watt per meter squared. So you can see here, as the distance, as the x value increases, the value of Q over A decreases. So this is how you solve for example number 2.